Our 16th product update introduces a completely new paradigm for interacting with AI agents. Typical services currently take the form of a chatbot that is easy to talk to, but is unreliable for getting real work done. Alternatively, traditional point and click tools are precise, but hard to use, with most actions hidden behind nested drop down menus. Soleta gives you the best of both worlds, an interactive assistant that is easy to use, but can also handle complex tasks. Suppose we're exploring a spreadsheet, we notice that Google and Search Google are both channel names. And then as we scroll around, we might see that there's also Bing as well as Search Bing. So this is not really quite organized. There's also FB, which might stand for Facebook. So as we search around for that, yep, indeed, it turns out that Facebook is also already in our channel names column. So given our wonderful agent, we might go ahead and ask Dana, I think the channel names are not organized correctly. Can we check? Great. So now Dana thinks for a second and responds that the channel column has 7 groups of similar terms. This includes Bing, as well as Google and Facebook and 4 other groups that we didn't actually know about. And look, now there's this wonderful new interface for detecting potential typos. This is the first group of similar terms we found, and choose the term you want the others to merge into. Clicking Finalize will combine them into the chosen term Bing. Okay, this is wonderful. But also notice that as I interact with this top panel, that the table below will also change. The first row is Search Bing, but then when I click Finalize, that gets resolved. Now, the second one really showcases how Dana is quite intelligent in finding similar terms, this time finding typos unrelated to company names. Moving on to Google, we can interact also by removing terms that should not be merged together, such as Google Analytics. Additionally, notice that as we've been talking, not only is the table changing, but Dana has been following along with our actions the entire time, providing feedback on what has happened, noticing that the Google search and search Google have been merged into Google, but not Google Analytics. Now, as we look at Facebook, in this case, social Facebook and Facebook are discovered despite not having much character overlap because Dana has been trained specifically for common marketing scenarios. Now, we're going to click on Finalize here, merge those terms, and move on to TikTok. And in this case, what we want to show is that we're already limiting our table to the types of things we have left over to deal with. We might have TikTok in all lowercase. So we can also add new terms to merge together as well. So let's go ahead and finalize that and click on the center one, which is the one we care about. And that changes the term. And now we can move on to Twitter. This one is already the format that we care about. It's already checked off, so that looks good. And as we move on to Yahoo, Dana has been keeping track. So she knows that when we finalize this 7th group, this completes our task, so we can go back to our normal spreadsheet view. All the revised channel names were automatically saved as we moved along and now appear in the updated table. But that's not all. Now we can move on to some more advanced features with our agent. While having this interface is quite useful for cleaning data, Dana can still do everything she could before, such as answering questions, writing queries, and visualizing trends. So as we start a new chat, this time we will ask something a little bit different. In particular, we're just going to ask a normal query. What were the 3 most popular styles sold across all time? And as usual, Dana will do some quick thinking behind the scenes and figure out that I need to group the data by style and count the number. And ultimately, this will generate a query. Frankly, a pretty complex query this time. There's a join, there's a group by, there's an order by. And now critically though, Dana has proactively surfaced some potential issues in the style column. And would you like to see the rows? And so exactly our same issue, but Dana has acted proactively. So this triggers our interactive panel when we say, yes, please show me. And once again, now we have some of these different options where we can remove items as before, because in this case, casual is distinct from casual light. What remains then is a subtle typo between casual dark shoes versus causal dark shoes. Now, as we move on to the next group, we might say that all these styles are legitimate and we do not need to merge them together. So we can actually skip them. And notice that Dana understands that I will ignore these terms. Finally, we see a similar typo between casual light and causal light shoes. Okay, this wraps up our brand new interactive interface, which is now available for all users. Come back next sprint as we continue to build the world's most useful, reliable, and trustworthy AI agent.